If you are angry with your brother without a cause, you're in danger of hellfire. Thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say to you, if a man looks at a woman, even if you didn't do it, if you thought it in a lustful way, you were guilty.
Let's go. At this time, the prophet Samuel, was the appointed judge of Israel. But then he gets old and appoints his sons, who accepted bribes and perverted justice. The elders said, your sons don't follow your ways. So Samuel gave them what they wanted, a king. Saul, who for a short time was standing tall, but then had a great fall. Obedience is greater than sacrifice. All I want, dog, is a double portion of your spirit. Because while you're chilling in the afterlife, I'ma be the man that takes your place. Peeps on the other side, for me they wait. Now I'm parting the Jordan, walking on dry land in my Jordans.
To the woman to lust after her, he's committed adultery already in his heart. He presents a standard that we can strive to, but the reality is it's a standard that we could never live out. So people think what I do determines what I get. But grace says what you believe determines
I'm doing
what you
miracles
get.
and telling prophecies, and people's like, I got the spirit of Elijah in me. I'm in the ghetto, telling this woman someday, very soon, you are going to have a son. Later on, I'm with a news reporter who is asking me about my prophecy of the end of the great famine. Another time, my army surrounded us with cannons. My servant was terrified, so the Lord I am asking, Lord, to open up his eyes, so he can realize that reality is more than what our senses can perceive. Keep your eyes on the invisible. King Saul gets a word from Samuel. The Lord has torn the kingdom of Israel from you and given it to.
Says what you believe determines what you get.
Yo, hear me
because grace is a system that's based on faith. No man comes to me unless the Father draw him. It is God who is at work in you to give you the desire and to do, to accomplish.
When Samuel died, Israel lamented. David arose and went down to the wilderness. King Saul is jealous and hating on David because we saw it run from David stood up to and defeated. This happens all the time in life. Instead of me boldly stepping up to the plate, I'll just make excuses, jealousy, and hate. True. But anyway, let's get to the origination of the United Nations and its correlations with the Great Tribulations, Book of Revelations, the 666 computer chip implantation. Is it evolution or abomination to be a 2.0 transhuman? Elijah was caught up in a world when the bones of Elijah give life to a dead man. When you become resurrected, it's divine intervention, and you are given the measure of faith, the fruit of the Spirit, ninefold. We forget the past and press on toward the goal. Press on. These false prophets keep inviting me to the Gospels, which are enticing, and they say they way at the path to enlightenment. Man is quick to say that his faith is true, and what you believe in is really a cult. Because we all got our pagan roots and skeletons in the closet, but we're quick to talk about yours. So godly men of peace are always at war with themselves and each other. The world's governed by religious rulers.
It's the work of God's redemptive, sacrificial, and unconditional love for. Teacher, this woman has been caught in the act of adultery. The law says to stone her. What does grace say? You see, grace doesn't just give you protection and dignity and forgiveness and all of the wonderful promises of God's presence. Grace also makes a demand on how you live. And those who don't understand that cover up. They say as though it's a menu. Give us all of this, but don't tell us how to live.